Good MMORPGs are hard to find. Even more so in 2025 when, instead of new releases, we're just seeing repeated shutdown after shutdown. That doesn't mean there aren't quality, fun, enjoyable, engaging MMOs to play for those of us that can't afford Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft. So today, I'm going to give you a rundown of the 10 best free-to-play MMORPGs in 2025. These are tailored for a more casual solo player looking for experiences that aren't necessarily going to strain your computer. Just because they're more catered to solo players, though, doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be less massively multiplayer. These games are chosen based on not only their accessibility, but also their gameplay depth, their respective communities, and system requirements. And I plan on going over briefly reasons why they're worth your time. Beginning with Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 offers a dynamic horizontal progression system, meaning that you focus on skill mastery and exploration rather than endless gear grinds. It has fluid action combat that encourages solo play with flexible builds, and the vibrant world of Tyria evolves through free living world updates. The game's low system requirements make it ideal for casual players or players that don't really have very powerful computers, and its story-driven quests are immersive without demanding a subscription. This is an MMO unlike any other, with a style of progression, with world exploration, with zone-wide quests and events, with deep and complex PvE and PvP content. And while the game is perfect for solo adventurers, it's also very fulfilling for players that are seeking a community, so you can engage in cooperative events. Next, I'd say Star Wars: The Old Republic. This game shines with its incredibly rich, class-specific narratives that, honestly, for all intents and purposes, really feel like a single-player RPG, making it ideal for solo players. You can explore as a Jedi, a Sith, a smuggler. They have fully voiced quests, an extensive, very fleshed-out narrative where choice really matters. Characters can live, die, you can recruit characters, you can get a little bit hot and sweaty with some of them too, if you know what I mean. This game really emphasizes and rewards individual player choice, player expression, narrative expression beyond that. The free-to-play model gives access to core stories, and the expansions offer a ton of depth. This is a must for Star Wars fans, but beyond that, also fans that enjoy tap target combat, fans of sci-fi settings, fans of a very rich, deep, complex narrative, players that want to make choices in MMOs that have a lasting effect. It's also great for players that have low to mid-range PCs, because where Star Wars: The Old Republic shines on almost every front, the graphics are that little bit leave a little to be desired. Another game that's graphics admittedly leave a little bit to be desired, The Lord of the Rings Online. It immerses you in Tolkien's Middle-earth with a massive story-driven world, perfect for both solo and multiplayer exploration. It utilizes a free-to-play model which includes most core content with a variety of classes and races to customize your journey. The game's visuals are optimized for older systems. This is actually quite an old MMO, and its deep lore and very community-driven events make it incredibly engaging for casual players who enjoy epic fantasy. This is a AAA MMO, much like Star Wars: The Old Republic is. Next, let's talk Neverwinter. This game is built on Dungeons & Dragons lore. It offers fast-paced, skill-based combat that's approachable for solo players. Its episodic campaigns and cooperative dungeons provide a rich storytelling experience, and the game's optimization ensures smooth performance on modest hardware. There are tons of guild activities and a lot of voice-acted NPCs that add immersion, making it great for fans of D&D and for fans of rich narratives, for players that are looking for action-oriented MMOs that aren't necessarily overly flashy or overly complex. Another game that isn't overly complex or flashy, RuneScape. RuneScape's medieval fantasy world is vast and accessible, with a simple yet deep progression system that suits casual solo play. Its browser-based option ensures that it runs on nearly any PC, and the open-ended questing lets you explore at your own pace. The game's nostalgic charm and active community make it a timeless choice for players seeking flexibility and low commitment. This is probably one of the grindiest but also casual-friendly MMOs on the entire market. It's also incredibly compatible in so that you can play it on PC, you can play it on mobile because it can be run via browser. It also has what is arguably one of the largest populations in the free-to-play MMO genre. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Let's jump into Albion Online next, which is essentially RuneScape but updated. The sandbox MMO offers a player-driven economy and classless progression where your gear defines your role. Okay, so not necessarily RuneScape, but updated, but takes a lot of inspiration from it. It's great for solo players who enjoy crafting, trading, or occasional PvP. The game's stylized graphics ensure that it runs smoothly on a lot of different systems, and it has full cross-platform support, which adds additional flexibility. This game is ideal for those of us who want a unique, open-ended experience, but it also has a very large focus on PvP. So if you're not interested in PvP, then I guess you might want to pass on this one. Path of Exile, well, more action RPG, online action RPG specifically, than traditional MMORPG. Path of Exile has been labeled as such by numerous people on numerous occasions. Path of Exile's complex skill tree and deep customization make leveling up a very rewarding puzzle. Its dark fantasy world is solo friendly with optional co-op. The game's free-to-play model is very fair, focusing on cosmetics, and it's well optimized for mid-range PCs. This is perfect for players who love intricate builds, and let me tell you, you'll spend hours, days, weeks, or months just sorting through everything, trying to min-max. This is probably one of the most complex, challenging games I've ever played. Let's move on to Phantasy Star Online 2. This action-packed MMO features fast-paced combat and a sci-fi anime aesthetic. Honestly, you could also consider PSO2 New Genesis here as well, if you want to use them interchangeably, since technically you can transition between the two versions of the game. Its lobby-based missions, as opposed to New Genesis, which has a mostly segregated open world, are ideal for solo players, with options to team up for tougher challenges. The game's vibrant visuals and forgiving system requirements make it accessible, and its frequent updates keep content fresh. This is great for fans of anime and dynamic combat. Admittedly, this is probably the only anime MMO in this list. No, it definitely is. And that's honestly because there aren't really many good anime MMOs left. Throne and Liberty is a 2024 release from NCSoft. Yeah, it just launched last year. This multi-platform MMORPG offers a massive open world with dynamic events and class-based gameplay. Its free-to-play model is very generous, and the game's modern visuals are optimized for a range of different PCs. Solo players can enjoy story-driven quests and exploration, with a little bit of a focus on PvP here and there. This is ideal for players that are seeking a fresh MMO experience with that typical NCSoft flair. And finally, since we're on the topic of NCSoft, Blade and Soul. Known for its martial arts inspired combat, Blade and Soul offers combo-centric gameplay that is engaging for solo players. Its Asian fantasy world and stunning visuals are accessible on mid-range PCs. The free-to-play model provides ample content, though questing it can definitely at times feel very linear, and with how infrequently the updates come out that actually produce new content for you to consume, yeah, it adds to that claustrophobic feel. This game, though, is perfect for players who enjoy action-packed combat and very, very degenerate character aesthetics. These MMORPGs stand out in 2025 for, once again, as I noted at the beginning of the video, their accessibility, their solo-friendly gameplay, because a lot of us we don't have time necessarily to devote to games like we used to, MMOs specifically, so we're looking for that solo-friendly game. These are games that offer engaging leveling systems that don't really overwhelm you as a casual player. They are rich in storytelling, diverse worlds, and community interaction in some instances without requiring high-end PCs. Most, not all, have been refined over the years, ensuring polished and active player bases, while newer titles like Throne and Liberty bring some fresh energy. Their free-to-play models are, for the most part, fair. Not Blade and Soul, really, very pay-to-win game, but outside of that, with very few exceptions. They'll offer optional microtransactions that don't gate core content. That also makes them ideal for diving in without any real financial commitment. What are your picks though for the top free-to-play MMOs in 2025? I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.